What is good? What is good? Doc Motivate hitting you again. Doc Motivate hitting you again. Hope all is well, man. Let's get rocking today. Let's get rocking, man. Right on. So this video is basically about late payments. All right. So we just went over some consumer law and why we use consumer law to get our credit disputes answered and to dispute information all in general. We use consumer law. We use UCCs. We went over that last video. So today is how to remove late payments, okay? Late payments are the number one reason your credit score is stuck. And most people don't know this, but a lot of late payments are actually illegal. I'm going to show you why and how consumer law forces deletions when the bureaus mess up. Your man Doc Motivate, and I am a consumer law expert. I done helped over 50 people in the state of Delaware achieve good credit scores, and they are on their way to financial freedom, right? All the people that I helped done different things, from getting cars, houses, to, just keeping their credit score good. So here's the first thing you need to understand. Late payments stay on your credit report not because they're true. They stay because you don't prove them or have the credit bureaus prove them. You don't dispute the information. You don't challenge them correctly. Okay? Now I'm going to give you the law that it requires to get these late payments up off of there. Okay? So, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 1681I, when you dispute a late payment, the Bureau must conduct a reasonable investigation. Okay? That doesn't mean calling the creditor and asking, hey, is it true? Yes or no? Oh, yeah, it's true. Oh, verified. No. That's not how a reasonable investigation is. A reasonable investigation requires actual documentation and proof, copies, billing records, payment history, timestamps, and internal data, right? So you have to expose the lie. When Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion says we contacted the furnisher, right, and they verified the information, that's usually not legal verification. That's usually not legal verification. That's them passing the responsibility. You got to get these guys to do their job, right? Another possible law that most people don't know about, FCRA 1681EB, and it requires the bureaus to maintain the maximal possible accuracy. Maximal possible accuracy. It has to damn near be perfect. A late payment, if it's missing a record, improperly dated, reported during that billing dispute, it's not accurate. It must be removed. Has to be removed. Right? So billing disputes stops late payments. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 1666, a creditor cannot legally report a late payment while billing dispute is unresolved. So if you have disputed charges and they stop reporting you late, that's a violation. I said, if you have disputed charges and they still reported you late, that's a violation. So, why most of these disputes fail? Right? This is why people don't get the results they want. They say this is the wrong way of saying things to prove it under the law. They get emotional. Remember, credit bureaus are trained to ignore emotional disputes. They are trained to ignore emotional disputes, but they respond to legal pressure Okay? You cannot show emotion and tell them, yo, man, that really got to me when you did that. They are trained to ignore that. So you got to shift the power, right? When you cite that law, right? When you demand documentation and put them on notice of willful noncompliance, the burden shifts from you to them. And yes, there's consequences. And here's what they don't want you to know. You can sue them for statutory damages, actual damages, all that, right? You can punish them. If you're dealing with late payments right now, you're tired of being ignored, I want you to drop the word late below in the comment links, right? And book you a one-on-one conversation. And I'll talk to you. We'll see the options that you have, right? Credit repair is the magic. It's levels to this. Credit repair is leverage, it's law, it's pressure. And once you understand that, late payments stop controlling your life. Subscribe for real consumer breakdowns. Subscribe. No myths. No games. I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.